Hello students, welcome back to the Concept Classes Maths. I am EMK. Today, today's discussion is on different topic. That is a minimum deviation of a angle of a prism. Expression for the minimum deviation of an angle of a prism. In the last class, we have discussed about the angular deviation of a prism and obtaining the value of angular deviation of that prism. Today I am going to discuss about the minimum deviation. What is the condition for minimum deviation of an angle of a prism? Okay, let's start the discussion. Suppose students, I have consider a prism consider a prism consider a prism A B C. These are A B C are the angle of the prism. A B C are the angle of the prism. Now students, here is a normal, here is the normal, and this is the incident ray, and this is angle of the incidence. Now this ray become parallel to the base of the prism. Okay. Now again, here is another normal. Here is another normal at this point, and this ray will deviate it like this away from the normal. We have discussed all these things yesterday. It means in the previous class also. Now only the discussion, today's discussion will be around in minimum deviation of the angle. Okay. Now completing this figure, I will obtain the angle of deviation. This is the angle of deviation. TQRB, and it is S. Okay, and it is will be high dash angle of emergent angle, and it is angle of refraction, and it is angle of refraction also. Now in our previous discussion, it is clear that the angle of deviation is equal to delta m is equal to, we have delta is equal to I plus I dash minus a, where a is the angle of prism. Now what required? The requisite. Now I am going to discuss about the minimum deviation, angle of minimum deviation. What is the minimum deviation of that angle? Okay, it means this delta m. We have for minimum deviation, students, for minimum deviation, consider delta m. This is the angle of minimum deviation, and must have I is equal to I dash. For minimum deviation, incident angle must have equal to the emergent angle, and this angle also must be equal to this angle. R is equal to R dash. This is the requirement for the minimum deviation of the angle. Okay. Now we have delta is equal to, now write delta m, I plus I dash minus a. Here delta m is equal to, since I is equal to I is equal to I is equal to I dash for the minimum deviation of the angle, it means I can write I plus I minus a. I is equal to I dash. This is the condition for the minimum deviation of the angle. Delta m plus a is equal to twice I. From this, I can obtain the value of I. I is equal to delta m plus a by 2. This is important. 1. Delta m plus a by 2. Now again, students, R is equal to R. Again, we have R plus R dash is equal to A, which I have discussed in my previous class, in my previous video also. Okay. Now, since R is equal to R dash for the minimum deviation condition, I can write R plus R is equal to A. It means twice R is equal to A. From here, I can obtain the value of R. R is equal to A by 2. R is equal to A by 2. Now, from the refractive index, from the Snell's law, what is Snell's law? Snell's law is equal to sin I by sin R is equal to the refractive index of that two different medium, right? Now I am going to use that. Students, from the Snell's law of refraction, from the Snell's law of refraction, you could have mu is equal to sin I by sin R. From here, mu is equal to I is equal to delta m plus a by 2 sin delta m plus a by 2 and sin R is equal to a by 2. This is an expression for the minimum deviation of the angle. I will have another expression between the refractive index and the angle of the prism. Let's start the discussion. Let's have another discussion. If angle of deviation, if angle of the prism is minimum, and delta m should be minimum, then I can consider, if delta m, if a is minimum, if A is minimum, then students, mu is approximately equal to delta m plus a by 2. This implies mu is equal to 2 to eliminate, 2 will be eliminate, delta m plus a by a. Now this will implies a into mu is equal to, a into refractive index is equal to delta m plus a. Now taking a common, mu minus 1 is equal to delta m. Implies mu minus 1 is equal to delta m. You can write delta m is equal to mu minus 1 into a. This is the angle of deviation, minimum deviation. From here you can obtain the value of prism of the angle and refractive index also. Okay, this is all about the discussion. Students, using this formula, using this relation, you can obtain the value of angle of the prism, angle of minimum deviation, refractive index. Okay, I hope this video will help you to understanding the minimum deviation of angle, minimum deviation, condition for minimum deviation of a angle of a prism. Okay.